Well, Disney's the LGBTQ winner by the numbers. Hello, this is ChartGPT today. So we kind of look at this some charts here. There's recently been a report out that, and this would be for the 2022 season. They've done an analysis to find out who in terms of Hollywood content producers produce the best LGBTQ compliant, progressive, inclusive content of all the movie houses. And again, we're not here to make a judgment on that. I'll let you decide whether or not the content is good or bad. Some people obviously would not. Some people say that it is good, but that's not the point. The point is we're just trying to find out what the situation is. So there's this group called the GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, who is founded in 1985, and it's a nonprofit focused on LGBTQ advocacy and cultural changes. And they said they came up with 4 criteria to decide whether a movie is considered LGBTQ compliant, so to speak. So they come up with the 4. Does the film contain a character that is clearly identified as LGBTQ? Not just have an actor in it, but actually a content that shows that. The character must not be solely or predominantly defined by their sexual orientation or gender identity, which kind of leads into number 3, which means the character must be tied to the plot in such a way that the character's removal would have a significant effect. So it has to be a real actor and part of the story. And then we have the LGBTQ character stories must not be outwardly offensive, avoiding defaulting to well-known tropes and stereotypes. So that's what their criteria to say, well, this is a good content provider in terms of LGBTQ. So let's take a look at this. They looked at 350 films released, and out of that, 28.5 were LGBTQ with characters in accordance with their criterion. Of course, that breaks out to 55% gay men, 45% lesbians, 21% bisexuals, 12% trans, and 17% queer. So these are the numbers, and so obviously these numbers represent way over what normally is found in society, but I suppose the GLAAD folks would say, well, we need to go overboard to make up for lost time, I guess. It is what it is there. So let's take a look at the actual movie houses and production companies. Here's a list of them. So it's kind of both based on number plus percentage of LGBTQ compliant movies. Even though what you see is they go up, and it says the other way around. But Disney basically produced 59 films and 24 were LGBTQ compliant. Warner Bros. Gets a little bit more, but they didn't produce that many films, and only 8 versus 19, so it's a little bit higher. But that's why they figure Walt Disney was probably the best for the LGBTQ community. They produced the most films with the most compliance on a percentage basis. So there you go. They are the winners. You might say, well, go woke, go broke. Well, has that been true? Well, let's take a look at their stock prices. You can see here the stock prices on Disney has not kind of had a run up there, but now with all the woke stuff coming in, not doing so good. Anyway, take a look at the AI in terms of whether or not the go woke, go broke scenario works for companies. And take our online poll. Do you agree that go woke, go broke is real or not? Don't forget to subscribe.